als der australische Privatfahrer John Dawson Damer die Kontrolle über seinen Lotus verliert. Erst einen Tag nach dem Horrorcrash werden diese Aufnahmen freigegeben.
Grissom climbs out. He's obviously okay, surveys the damage and says, ouch. Jeremy, I'm still looking around to see if there was a third truck involved. Here we go.
Well, here's the incident here, and interesting, Roper, look at that hit almost straight in there, and it's almost like Grissom was checking up for something because Roper had such a big run going. We didn't see what was leading up to that, but man, was that a hard hit. That truck turned right and went almost straight in.
Remember, they qualified at speeds above 180 miles an hour. Take a look here. You can see another. This is after the initial contact with the wall. Boy. Tony's just on for the ride there. I mean,
and look at it just spraying parts, not unlike the wreck on the back straightaway.
This is by design.
Yes, it is. They had to wait for the green flag before they go. I understand there's a wreck in someone. The boss is making his way down pit lane. Should be routine, guys. Back to you.
Big wreck in
an immense crash, Garcia. In turn one, you were pointing it out. That's Mike Gagliardo.
That car is broken right in the center, Greg. I saw it bend. That is not at all a good crash. I'm really in fear for the car in the green car there.
Yeah, there's another car off to the right. There's another car behind Gag's car. Don't know exactly. That looks like a Panos perhaps behind there, but that is a huge hit.
That is a tremendous hit, and I didn't like at all what I just thought I saw, and I hope I was wrong about it.
Schumacher's probably after he's connected with the wall, but we'll have to wait for a replay. Did he lose the rear wing first? It's almost certain that he lost the car, then the rear wing, doesn't it, given the dust and the bits and pieces laying all over the place. So Ralph then off the road. Let's have a look. Oh, big shunt.
And that's the VAR. It's Villeneuve. I wondered why the marshals were not looking at Schumacher as they ran away. Jacques Villeneuve, a tremendous crash.
Safety car, Murray. The race will now be controlled by the safety car.
As Martin's battered car slid to a stop off turn 4, the track caution lights came on at start-finish. The next 3 cars on the scene are all traveling at high speed, yet they managed to avoid Martin. Finally, nearly 15 seconds after the accident starts, Renshaw is unable to avoid the stationary car. Now, like the others, Renshaw clearly had no idea the car was there. On Saturday, NASCAR announced a new rule calling for spotters to be in their designated stand every time cars are on track. ARCA is considering a similar rule.
Martin's car spun in turn 4 and backed into the outside wall. His car came to a stop, and he appeared to be moving around when his car was then struck on the driver's side by a car driven by Deborah Renshaw at an estimated 160 miles an hour. That impact occurred more than 8 seconds after Martin's car had come to a complete stop. Martin's car was destroyed as the impact tore away the engine and left a part of the wheel assembly lying on the racetrack.
Guess what? It is the huge crash. The cars come apart. Darrell Russell's car has literally broken into 3 pieces. The safety safari already on the way. Scott
was able to avoid the disintegrating top fueler of Darrell Russell, and right now we're going to hold our breath.
Del pilota romano S.A.F.E. Vediamo com'è andata comunque la gara con Marco Congio.
Doveva essere solo una festa ieri ad Assen. Sullo storico circuito olandese c'erano 76.000 persone, accorse per godersi una giornata di motori, per ammirare i campioni della Superbike e i giovani della Supersport e della Superstock. Ma la festa sul podio e sulle colline di Assen non c'è stata, né poteva esserci. Mancavano 2 giri al termine della prima gara della giornata, quella del campionato europeo Superstock, quando una bandiera rossa ha fermato la corsa. A terra, a bordo pista, c'era la Yamaha numero 52 e disteso lì accanto il suo pilota, Alessio Perilli, 20enne di Roma. Era 14esimo, a 22 secondi dal gruppo di testa, quando è scivolato alla curva Ruskenhoek, uno dei punti di Assen, modificati nel 2002 per renderli meno veloci.
Ja näin sitten lähdetään kohtalokkaalle EK:lle. Ensimmäisenä tapahtumapaikalle tuli Harri Rovanperä.
Oi, no pakkohan se on peli. Ei, ota. Oi, nyt on sattunut. En enää pysty goal. Marco, stop the state. We need an ambulance. Ambulance, quickly. Marco, Forista, stop the state. We need an ambulance. Martin went off. Marco Forista, could you hear me? So, copied. Doing it. We're doing it. What's the problem? Marco went off and Michael need ambulance. And very bad accident. We need ambulance and everything, please. Doing it. We're doing it.
Takaa tullut François Duval ei osaa jarruttaa hyvissä ajoin ja on törmätä tuohon Rovanperän Mitsuun. Tilanne näyttää todella pahalta ja niin kuin näitte, niin todella huolestuneena Marco Märtin juoksee tuolla auton ympärillä.
Tragedia en las 24 horas de Montmeló de motociclismo. Ha muerto uno de los participantes, el piloto francés S.A.F.E.R. El accidente se produjo hacia las 5 de la madrugada cuando Fabra perdió el control de la moto y se fue al suelo. Fue evacuado lo antes posible en ambulancia a la clínica del circuito y de allí al Hospital General de Granollers. Sus lesiones fueron irreversibles y murió pocas horas después. S.A.F.E.R. tenía 45 años.
Tonight, Australia loses another hero. Bathurst legend Peter Brock killed in a rally crash north of Perth.
Special reports, tributes to an Aussie sporting champion.
You're watching 7 News.
Good evening and welcome to 7 News. Another great Australian has been killed in a tragic accident. Motoring legend Peter Brock died in a rally crash northeast of Perth just before midday. Brock's co-driver was injured in the crash. Rick Arden is at the scene of the crash near Gidgegannup. Rick, it's hard to comprehend a second great Australian dead within 5 days.
Yes, Yvette, Steve Irwin on Monday, now Peter Brock. Peter Brock was 61. He won Bathurst a record 9 times. He was competing in the Targa West Rally right here at Gidgegannup when he lost his life. A short time ago, his body was freed from the wreck and the car carried from the crash site past us. Just this morning, Peter Brock revealed that he was still coming to terms with his car, a lightweight, high-powered V8.
Here's Macro, chasing Wayne Wakefield.
Wakefield got very good power down here.
Oh, big one, Mike Porter.
Crash.
Huge crash at the top of the mountain, and I think that's David Clark.
That is one of the biggest crashes you'll ever see.
Let's have a look here. So Porter's lost it at the top. Is it Shannon O'Brien or is it David Clark? Okay, Alajajan, big lose. Oh, no. It is David Clark. Huge hit
into the driver's side of Mark Porter's car, the Hydrolink Commodore.
So I'd say Porter lost it on his own. I don't think he got a touch there. He's just tagged the wall, and at this point he actually puts his hands up to his helmet. He knows he's vulnerable there. Alajajan just clipped him, and Clark throws the outside option, nowhere to go.
I am Brent Musburger. We were all prepared to bring you a celebration of the IndyCar Series, the start of a new season. But as you are all well aware, there are inherent life and death risks in this sport, making it the most demanding test of man and machine in the world. And here earlier this morning, tragedy struck. It was just 3 minutes into their final session when Ed Carpenter spun out in turn 2. He bounced off the wall and slid down. Spotters immediately warned other drivers of the danger. Several made it past. But rookie Paul Dana, the Ray Hall Letterman team, slammed into Carpenter's car at 176 miles an hour. The two drivers were quickly airlifted to Jackson Memorial Hospital in nearby Miami. The announcement we all dreaded came at 12:45 p.m. It was made by Brian Barnard.
Both drivers were removed from their cars and flown to Jackson Memorial Hospital, where shortly before noon, Paul Dana was pronounced dead from the injuries he suffered in the accident.
Závodní vůz Opel Astra s číslem 81 vyletěl ve vysoké rychlosti ze silnice a bokem narazil do stromu. Ten se dostal prakticky doprostřed vozu, bohužel místem spolujezdce.
Jako první na místě zasahovali záchranáři Autoklubu České republiky. Podařilo se jim vyprostit sevřeného spolujezdce, který byl doslova uvězněn ve vraku vozidla.
Řidič utrpěl jen lehká zranění, navigátor ale zemřel několik hodin po převozu do nemocnice.
Ze namen deel aan de 8 uur van Spa voor motoren. Eén van hen is in kritieke toestand. Er is ook een Belgische motorrijder zwaar gewond geraakt. De vier zijn tegen elkaar gebotst toen de leiders van de race plots vertraagden. Hun motoren vlogen in brand, de race veranderde in een grote chaos en moest worden stilgelegd. Al in de tweede ronde van de 8 uur van Spa gaat het grondig fout. Aan de voet van de Hadillon moeten alle rijders plots hard in de remmen. Eén renner gooit alles dicht, maar te laat. In de crash sleept de man nog 2 andere motoren mee. De ravage is compleet. In de chaos blijft 1 motorrijder levenloos op het asfalt liggen. De man is zwaar gewond. Hulpdiensten doen wat ze kunnen. Across the nose of Henry Surtees' car. And that's a very nasty looking accident. And worry immediately is Surtees. Yes, Surtees is moving as well. They've got a red flag. The safety car now is going to be scrambled again. While the emergency crews get to Jack Clark and Henry Surtees. Clark was moving in the car. He certainly had a very hefty impact against the barriers. He's out. My worry is mainly for Henry Surtees. Didn't see exactly where the wheel bounced. Clark hits the barriers here on the exit of Westfield. Big impact there. Really rattled him. And I think
lifting the wheel caught Henry Surtees on the helmet, and that has got to be a very major worry.
No hay quien ayude a Carlos Pardo. Ahí vienen, vean, 4 filas. Y va a haber bandera blanca. Ahí le pegan a Carlos Pardo. No, qué golpe. Qué golpe, eso no se vale. Eso no se vale. Eso no se vale. Carlos Pardo pegó a más de 200 kilómetros por hora contra la barda.
Llegó ya las
y de lado, ya llegaron las asistencias. Va a estar bien, Carlos. Va a estar bien, Carlos. Ahí está Carlos. ¿Qué accidente?
Está moviendo la cabeza, ¿no?
¿Qué accidente el de Carlos Pardo?